Okay, guys, we're gonna get ready, get started, and then when people come in, they come in. So I want to introduce myself. I'm James Schneider. This is my partner, Carla Fresquez. We run a Desert Gold Group, and so we do video production, social media management, content creation for brands and businesses. So this is what we do for a living, and everything we're going to talk about today are things, they're techniques and things that we know work. So this isn't, these aren't just ideas. These are things we know work, and I think these can help your business very much if you implement them into your business.
And thanks so much for coming out. You're welcome to any snacks or drinks. Help yourself.
And before we get started, guys, I just want to get an idea of how many people here, if you can raise your hand, either are about to start a business or you haven't done any social media marketing at all. So if you haven't done any social media marketing for your business at all, raise your hand. So everyone here has already kind of.
I don't have a business. I'm just here for someone else.
That's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Burgundy, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So everyone here has at least tried social media marketing to some extent. Okay. Good. That's good. It makes things easier. So guys, I have notes here so I don't rant and I can get as much information to you guys as possible while we're here. So really the biggest thing when you have a business, you want attention on your business. That's the most important thing. And the best way to get attention is to do social media marketing. I'm going to tell you why it's so powerful, because I think it's important to push the point of why social media marketing is so important, because I see a lot of businesses wasting time and money on different ways of advertising and marketing that it may have been stronger 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It just doesn't have the same impact. And what we're talking about today with social media marketing may not be as strong 5 to 10 years from now, but right now it's the most powerful it's ever been by far. Facebook's the most sophisticated it's ever been. If you really know how to utilize it, you can really advertise your business with the least amount of money. So now more than ever is the time to really utilize it. And going forward, the reach might get less and things like that. Platforms get, shut down by other platforms. But right now we're talking about the present, probably going into the next year. Everything's going to be relevant to what we're talking about. So did a little visuals for you guys just so keeps me on point too. So attention obviously is the asset. You want attention. If you're irrelevant, it's going to be really hard to bring in new customers and clients. So let's go over a couple reasons why social media is powerful as it is. It's free, okay? It's a free platform. You're not paying for a newspaper or a commercial or anything like that, even a radio ad. All those cost money. Facebook, you can do yourself. It's free. It's a free platform, for the exception of sponsored posts and ads like that. And that's a totally different conversation, but you can still get reach and influence free, especially locally. It works for you 24/7. So, if you drove past a billboard or maybe you saw some sort of advertisement, unless you really remember that it's there, it's gone. It's already gone. Where social media, you can look someone's business up. You can find directions. You can call them. You can send them a message. So all those things you get just from your Facebook page. And then, so it offers social proof to your customers and clients. We'll talk about that a little bit more about social proof. And that's probably one of the more important parts of social media, is that unlike other forms of advertising, if you see, let's for example use a pizza shop, right? There's a pizza shop and they put out a video or they put a picture of their pizza. You can see your neighbor liked it, your coworker liked it, they shared it. You're going to be more inclined to engage with that because you saw someone likes it, versus just something that's static that doesn't, like I said, a billboard or something in a magazine or something like that. You don't really have any attachment to that. But when you see other people engaging with it that personally, you're going to give it more attention than you would anything else. So that social proof is really, really important. And then last but not least, you get analytics. So if you have a business page, you go into your insights. They can tell you, week by week, what did you do this week versus last week? What worked and why didn't it work? And you can use that information to retarget to people going forward. You don't have that stuff on a magazine or a billboard or anything else. You have that with social media. You have those analytics are so powerful. And that's like your age demographic, male versus female. Where do they live? Where are they coming from? All that stuff is super powerful stuff. So, like I said, once again, a business page is free. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. The primary objective for any business is you want people to know who you are and what you do. You want to be synonymous with your industry. So if you do roofing, when people think of I need to get my roof fixed in my house, they should think of your business first. That's how it should work. If you're marketing the right way, they're going to see your name and what you're doing enough that they're going to think of you before they think of any other business. So that's why it's so important. And that's the whole point of all of this, is that they should know who you are and what you do. If they don't, there's plenty of businesses here that people don't even know exist at all, unless they're looking it up for some reason. But outside of that, they don't. And so that's why it's really, really important. Two more things, guys, really important. People buy from who they know and trust. That's what it is. I mean, you know what I mean? You're more inclined to buy from someone that you know. So doing video, putting out information about your business, especially, we're going to get into that a little bit more in part 2 and 3, but your storytelling in your posts, if you're doing it right, and people are getting to know more and more about your business and who you are as the owner, which is really important. And it's probably not easy at first to get in front of a camera or anything like that, but the more you do it, people are going to trust you. And name an industry that, if you're a lawyer, or if you're or if you own a shop, or if you're a real estate agent, any of those things, the more they feel like they know you, that little piece of anything that they can relate, where they feel like they have a common connection with you, they're more inclined to go with you than anyone else. So that is really, really important. And the last part of this, guys, that I want to leave you with is you want to become a celebrity in your industry. You want to be that guy that does this, that girl that does this. People should know you for that. And so you want to think about it in that mindset. You want to be, so let's just use Los Alamos and, real estate agent. You want people to know you as the real estate agent for Los Alamos. That's how they think of you. You're the one, even though there's dozens. So putting that attention on your business, who you are, what you do, all those things build up to people knowing you and what you do. This next one here. And before we get to this next one, guys, content is king. I know I went really fast. I do that. Is there any questions, guys, about anything I said so far?
I'm curious, are you guys all using a business Facebook page? Do you all have one set up? Okay. Have you guys looked at analytics or anything, or kind of understood that? Okay.
So I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
As you look at the analytics of social media platform in general, let's say YouTube is more oriented towards men. Instagram is more of a woman tool. Facebook, I don't know. I know that for my business, when I look at the analytics, 75%, I would say it's a nice bell curve where most of my customers are between 35-year-old and 44-year-old. That's how they divide it. But it's mostly women. Is that because Facebook is mostly a woman platform, or is that the business is mostly oriented towards?
I think it's more for your business. That's what the analytics is giving you. Facebook's split pretty down the middle with male versus female. So I think it has to do more with your business.
Okay.
And and it could be the content you're putting out too. You know what I mean? That attracts them more as well.
I
So
think too, women are more likely to engage with content and comment, like and share, maybe tag other girlfriends or things like that. Where men, I think they kind of just look more and they don't engage as much unless it's something that they really enjoy or really want to. So they may still be there spectating, but I feel like women engage more, and that's kind of what has been proven, which is interesting. So you still have the male audience, but it really depends. If it's a fast car or a Mustang, maybe the guy will tag his friend. But if it's a different, if it's something about shoes or food, it really kind of depends.
That's for everything.
Yeah, and we've noticed that too. But you still have that male audience, but I feel like too, it also has to do with your demographic in your area. So like here in Los Alamos, the demographic is kind of what you're saying, and the women here are more engaged on Facebook that we've noticed.
Do you find it
Yeah.
odd that Facebook is still so much more popular here than Instagram or whatever?
You know what? Not really, because I guess, well, yeah, it is really in this area, but I guess I see it as a lot of people as a community. It's kind of like Facebook is a community, so
Okay.
it's really built a community. I've noticed because I grew up in New Mexico and I left 10 years ago, and Facebook was not even really a thing. And then I came back and I started joining the groups, and I really saw the community that was built around Los Alamos, Espanola, Santa Fe, and you saw just the engagement. So I think you have the baby boomers, so the older demographic, and millennials all on Facebook. So it's kind of building that community on an online, with the online presence. So it's interesting. It's really, really cool to see.
yeah, especially like in smaller towns where I think not that Instagram is that much more, but I think it's more prevalent, more powerful in bigger cities for sure. Instagram, where like Carla's saying, with Facebook being a community, you can have a Facebook page and then you can have your own Facebook group and then have them linked.
Mhm.
So you can build your own community. If you want to cultivate that, which plenty of people have, and even monetize off of Facebook groups, you can do that. You can't really do that on Instagram. Same company, but they're just different. They're for different demographics. So, am I missing anything?
No, that's
Yeah.
really-
So, and the other thing I was going to tell you, Marcel, is that I've noticed that. So on Instagram stories, you can see who's actually consuming your content, even if they're not commenting or sharing or doing anything like that. And it's a mix. It's different than what my analytics is saying, than who's actually engaging with my stuff. So you can look at analytics from your Instagram story too, but I can see that myself. I know, you know what I mean? So it's interesting. Like, plenty of guys will see your stuff, like Carla's saying, and they're a little more self-conscious about commenting or saying things, but they're viewing it, they're seeing it for sure. So, with your Instagram, I'm sure you probably see with stories and stuff like that, you can see the different people that are viewing it, even though if they're not engaging, actually commenting on it. So, all right, guys, let me get to Content is King, part 2 here. What I'm going to say next is going to be a little bit of a mindset thing, but once you understand it, once you fully understand it, it's really going to change a lot of things for you. Carla and I, we started our business, and we got a lot of our clients through our social media versus cold calling or sending people emails. It was them contacting us by seeing what we were doing. And so any business can do this. You just have to put the content out. So the next thing what I was going to say, guys, is that you have to think of your business as a media company, as well as whatever it is that you do. Okay, if it's you doing it, the owner, or if it's you get someone to do it for you, you need to have that content going out. That's not even negotiable. You have to have it going out. So we're going to go over the different types of content, the pros and cons, so you understand and don't waste your time making content that doesn't matter. and then we'll talk about the best way to make the content because we're all busy, and it's in the beginning it's tough, until you do it enough times and you start to understand how to make it faster and more efficient. So really quickly, let's get through these 4 types of content from weakest to strongest. So you have your written. Now, primarily, guys, let me just reiterate real quick. We're really just talking about Facebook, Instagram, and a little bit of YouTube. To me, those are the most powerful, and I'll talk about that more actually next. But I don't want anyone to get too overwhelmed with like 6 different platforms. I need to be on Twitter and Pinterest and this and that. You're going to spread yourself thin, and your content's not going to be as strong. Focus on 1 to 2 platforms in the beginning. Really master them and understand them. Because if you're not really, if no one's engaging with 5 of them, it doesn't really matter. Get one and really go deep with it, and then go to the next one because they're different. They all work differently, and you get kind of penalized from platform to platform on depending on what you're doing. And a lot of people don't even know they're hurting themselves with the reach and what Instagram likes. What does Facebook like? Play by their rules, and they will reward you. They will show more people your stuff without boosting it. And I'm not against sponsoring anything. Sponsor all you want, but know what you're doing when you sponsor too. You can waste a lot of money sponsoring content. So the first one's written, guys. And if you have a Facebook page, well, let me get through them. I'm sorry, guys. Written, picture and text. So that's written and a picture. Video, which would be like with your cell phone, or a produced video. So you had someone that came in, a videographer, or you did it yourself and shot a produced video. So that's under the same one. And then the last one is live video. Those are the 4 you really want to think about. So with every piece of content you put out, you really want to think about your audience's attention. No matter what it is, no matter what your form of content is, you don't want to abuse their attention, because you're going to, the next time, if you do something where you're not giving them value, you're not giving them any useful information, you're not entertaining them, why are they inclined to watch your next video, your next picture? Why would they give it attention again? Why would they not want to just unlike your page, not see it anymore? So you got to really think like, am I giving out anything that's going to help people or entertain them? Why would they want to see this piece of content I'm putting out? So you really want to think about their attention. Don't lose their attention. The more you give value to them, the more they're going to pay attention, the more they're going to share it, et cetera, et cetera. So always keep that in mind. So the first one's written content. Typically, especially on Facebook, it doesn't perform as well versus the other ones because it's not visual. It doesn't move like video does. It just, with all the noise that's in your feed, it's not going to command the same amount of attention that all the other pieces of content do. Unless you start to have a bigger following, then they're going to care because you've given them so much value. They're going to value what you just wrote. So written is not something I would really do too much in the beginning. Once you build that following and people really care about what you're saying, then you can write all you want and they'll read every word. So it's just not the strongest. Pictures, picture and text is the next one. Pictures are good. They're self-explanatory for the most part, but you can give them context. So that's where the writing would come in more. You give them something to look at. It stops them in their feed. It's a sunset. It's a piece of cake you make at your place, or a slice of pizza, or a home you're selling. Okay, I see this. This is interesting to me. Now give them something to really think about, or you're telling them more detail about it, telling them why you make a cheesecake at your place, what inspired you, or maybe that was whatever. Give them this is where you can really go in on storytelling, and this is where you really capture people. They're going to think about that stuff later. They're going to think about that story later. And if it's that interesting, they're going to share it with their friends. So you can do longer form writing with picture. The next one's video and produce video. And video is really strong because it has motion. It's already playing on Facebook and Instagram. As you scroll through, it's already going to catch your attention because it's moving. So if you even have any of the how many people have binge watched cat videos? Do you know what I mean? You just see something weird. You're like, what is that?
Or the tasty videos where they're making the food. I love those ones.
Yes.
I always stop and do
Or
those.
where
and
they're
say,
packing suitcases.
Yes.
I love those, yeah.
Guilty pleasure.
So if it's just, if it's visually stimulating, even if it's not something you're like that interested in, you're going to look at it because it just looks interesting. So if you already caught them there, you have 3 seconds to catch people's attention on social media, especially on Facebook for sure. 3 seconds. That's it. And once you get them there, don't waste their time. Give them something to do, which I'm going to get to at the end of that, because you need to have a point in doing your posts. You can't just post for no reason. And I'll tell you why. But the other thing with video, guys, is that so with written and with pictures, let's say 10 people share your picture of a New Mexico sunset, right? It doesn't carry over the views that a video does. If you have 100 views from your initial post, it gets shared to a group, and now 400 people saw it. Add that to your 100. Now it's carrying the social proof. This is how many people viewed this video. It doesn't tell you how many people viewed this picture. So more and more people are seeing, okay, all right, this many people saw it. It's got to be something interesting about it. I'm gonna watch it too. But every time that you post your picture and someone shares it, shares it again, it's just it's how many likes that person shared it. So you just keep that in mind, And I've had pictures perform well than some of my videos, but they're rare. It does happen, but video, more often than not will do better than pictures. So just keep that in mind. Live video. Live video is something that, Twitter started, I think for the most part, with Periscope, and then Facebook and Instagram, even YouTube does live video now. If you guys ever heard of Twitch, that's just live streaming. That's all that is. All these platforms are trying to push live video. So if you post a video that you produced or you made it with your phone or anything like that, you're going to see how much Facebook really wants that live video to do better than the regular video you just shot. Reason why is because, like I said, they're pushing this. This is the future to them, is live video. So if you have like a group, so like let's say you want to share to all the groups that you're in, it'll literally just have a drop down of all the groups that you're attached to, and you can just hit the button like this all the way down. Like they want you to share your live video. They want live video. So in a lot of ways, live video is for sure the most powerful piece of content you can put out. And it just organically is going to have more reach than any piece of content you're going to put out. So let's say, I think at some point, Facebook gave you 8% of your friends list or people that liked your page. So it's going to increase that way more than the rest of any pieces of content, like I said. But there's a but to that, guys. And with live video, you can very quickly abuse people's attention if you're not doing it right. If you're not prepared, don't waste people's time. As soon as you have a live video, say what you have to say. Don't ramble. Kind of get to your point. Unless you're showing them something or something like that. But I've seen a lot of people really abuse live video, and you're not going to watch their live video again. It's too shaky, or the audio is really bad, or just things that, are going to annoy people. So you can turn people off with live video just as fast as you can attract people with it. So really think about what you're trying to show people. What value are you trying to give them before you hit that live button? And I think the best way is to practice with your cell phone. Just record yourself talking. Feel comfortable before you go live.
Or even have someone there to help you,
Hold the
shoot
camera.
it, that way, because, I don't know if any of you guys done a live video, but if you're on video, you can get nervous and, you want to just calm down. But if you have someone there kind of helping you, it's a little bit easier if you can get someone to do that, like at a live event or different things like that.
Yeah, and yes, exactly what Carla's saying. And one thing, guys, just while it's on my mind, I want to kind of push really hard, because I think we've worked with a ton of people that some of them just kill it on camera. They're amazing, and there's other people that are just a complete mess. I was one of those messes. Okay. So it took me a while, guys, before I was, even close to being comfortable on camera. But the thing is that I think people overlook is that one of the reasons why live video is so attractive or people like to watch it is that they want to see that you're a human being. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to say you messed up or you knocked something over next to you. They're gonna laugh and you laugh with it, big deal. And then you keep going with your thing. Like when it's too scripted and too whatever, as long as it's your intentions there to give value. They don't care about any of the other stuff like that. They know it's a live video. So don't, be genuine is what I'm trying to say. And don't be afraid to be genuine. They want to see a human being. And, what's great about it is that you can ask questions while in the moment. People can ask you about, if you're a real estate agent, ask you about the house. You can answer their question right there. Like how powerful is that? You're conversating right there in the moment. And that can apply to anything. So, and the last thing, guys, I wanted to tell you about live video, which I think was probably one of the most powerful things about live video, is that with Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, anyone that's subscribed to your page or that follows your account on Instagram, subscribe to your YouTube channel, everyone gets a notification that you're going live. You post a video or a picture, no one's getting a notification. You just end up finding it on the feed. So that's huge. That every single person is going to get a notification saying this person's live. So there's nowhere else you're going to get that except with live video. So just keep that in mind. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about creating content, and obviously it's hard, especially if you're not, if you're not creative. Not everyone's creative. And a lot of it doesn't really have that much to do with creativity as you would think. It's more about the value that you're giving people. So that's something you really want to think about. Like I said, I keep saying that, but I'm trying to drive it so you guys understand. So one of the best ways to do it is block off, an hour, 2 hours, however much time you think you might need, a Sunday afternoon if you have it free. Shoot as much content as you can. And then you're going to schedule that out through the week, 2 weeks, a month. If you're trying to do it every day, you're not. No one's that disciplined. Just shoot as much content. You know what I mean? If you're going to be on camera talking about, we call them value videos, where let's say you're a bakery and you want to talk about where you source your ingredients, what different types of, pastries do you make? Where do you get your coffee from? So those are, 3-4 videos that you're doing. Bring 3, 4, 5 different changes of clothes. Change your outfit, do another one. You're already warmed up for the camera. You know what I mean? Instead of having to redo it every time, you're already in the zone. Change your clothes, do the next video. You schedule them out for the month. You're done. You did it 1-2 hours. That was it. You know what I mean? So you want to think about it like that. Bulk shoot, bulk produce all your content.
Another thing I found really helpful is, depending on what you do, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a real estate agent, or, a certain type of business, there's a lot of great content. If you want to do like content videos or create content on Pinterest. So you just kind of search in Pinterest, whatever line of work you are in, and search for, content marketing. And they have tons of different videos or different content pieces you could create. And it kind of helps because sometimes you have no idea what to create. You're like, I gotta make stuff, but I don't know what to make. So that helps a lot. I use Pinterest a lot, or just searching on Google.
Yeah, Pinterest is really good for a lot of different ideas, and you would be surprised how many different niche topics they have on Pinterest on very specific things. So it is a good resource. Let's see here, guys. Okay, so going back with having intent with each one of your posts. With each one of your posts, let me make sure, guys, because there's one other thing I want to talk about. I want to make sure that I have it in here. Okay, it's in the next part 3. So each one of your posts, you want to have, not every single time, but you want to have a call to action. Share this with a friend that would love to see this new home. That's creating engagement. Facebook loves comments more than anything. So the more comments it has, the more reach it's going to open up to more people. That's more people that are going to see it. So give them a reason to conversate and have a discussion about your content. So share this with someone that would love et cetera, et cetera. Tag someone that would love this. Or, if you're selling something online, or if you are trying to do something at your brick and mortar store where you want people to come to your location, tell them to, So you have to give them something to do after they've consumed your content. Do this. They're not going to do it on their own. Most people won't. They'll just keep scrolling and forget about it. Tell them to do it, and you'd be surprised how many people will take action. And the last thing on content is that, especially for Facebook and Instagram, and we've done this a million times, so we know, is you want to shoot your content vertical. So you want to turn your phone just the way you would hold it, because most people are going to shoot it horizontal for YouTube, or for like a TV. But you're doing it vertically because it's when they click on the video, because they have it a little bit cropped in for the feed. You click on the video, it takes up your entire phone. You're not going to get distracted by anything. It's your whole phone is the video. Your whole phone is the picture. So when you shoot vertical, same thing with Instagram, which is really interesting. We started doing it like 6 months ago or something like that. And when you scroll through Instagram, when you do something that's vertical, it takes about 2.5 scrolls to get past your picture. But when it's horizontal, it's this little strip. You can just go like that, and it was like you already missed it. You can miss it by accident. But vertical, it takes almost your whole screen up. So that's something to think about. Lives, same thing, take up your whole screen. Stories on Instagram, whole screen. I think stories on Facebook,
as well.
same thing. So that's really, really powerful. It's going to keep your attention, obviously. And that's it, guys. I just wanted to push that point for that. The next one here we're going to go to is posting, which is definitely something that I think people either don't think too much about or don't understand. So there's a lot of strategy in when to post, how often to post, and scheduling too. So scheduling your post, you want to be mindful if it's during the week, if it's the weekend, if there's a holiday, like what's going on. If you have a really important post or video, you're not going to want to do it on 4th of July, where people are out. They're not really on their phone. They're out talking. They're traveling. You know what I mean? Tuesday in the middle of, I don't know, a month that nothing's going on. You know what I mean? You really kind of want to be strategic about when you put them to really get the most attention. So, like I said, if there's something going on, don't put out a really powerful piece of content. Save that. And if you have, I'm trying to think of a good example for you guys, but you can always repost an old piece of content on a day. So it doesn't mean you can't post, but actually, if anything, you can post something about that holiday. Maybe it meant something to you or your business, or maybe you started your business on the 4th of July or anything. But I'm saying the stuff that, either cost you money or, like I said, a produced video or anything like that, you just kind of want to be mindful. So that's all. I just wanted people to think about that. The other thing, so how many of you guys are familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk? Nobody? Okay. Guys, definitely, follow Gary V for sure. He's amazing. I listen to him probably every single day. And you'll see why. I don't even have to say anything else. Just follow Gary V. He's Gary and then VEE on every platform. He's really, really good. So he wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And the idea behind that is jab, jab, jab is giving your audience value. The right hook is the sale. So if you're always selling to people, that's going to get old really quickly. But if you're giving them value, they're going to follow you. And by the time you go to sell to them, they're going to be like, this business is great. Like all they do is give us information or they entertain us. You're going to be more likely to buy from them if you're giving them value all the time. If you're just selling all the time, no one wants to be sold to at all. Nobody does. So think about that. That needs to be your ratio on your post. You want to give them more value than you're trying to sell to them. Because then, subconsciously you really are, because you're keeping yourself top of mind to them when you're giving them value. So you really are selling to them, but that direct sale, it's going to get old. So you just want to think about.
Yeah, and I think a good example, I mean, I guess the ladies could know, but like if you've had anyone, like a good friend that sells Mary Kay or something on Facebook and invite to a group, If they're always just saying, "Hey, buy my, Mary Kay or buy these cosmetics," you're kind of like, "Oh, I'm probably gonna like unfollow." But what if she's doing some makeup tutorials and showing you how to do your foundation and just giving you value, and then if she's doing something else that's giving value, and then maybe the fifth post she's showing the new mascara from Mary Kay, then you're probably more inclined like, oh, you know what, I might buy this or I might try that because she's built that trust. And that helps with your audience when you're building that trust instead of just every time saying buy this or buy that. So just kind of an example if you guys want to think of something different.
Okay, guys. So for all your social media posts, how well they perform is going to really go off these 5 factors. And this is, in my opinion, what makes a good post and why people are going to keep giving it attention. Like I said, back to the beginning, guys, the asset is attention. You want people's attention on what you're doing. So the first one is going to be the consistency of the posts, throughout the month, how often that you're posting. And like I said, it's going to be tough. It's going to get hard to post all the time. This is why I really push making that bulk content. Or if you have employees, get someone to shoot the content while people are working and doing things. People love seeing behind the scenes of stuff. Our clients do. They love it. They love seeing us in action doing work. So that's just as important as seeing the final product and something that's really pretty and polished. People like seeing that behind the scenes stuff. So either shoot it in bulk or get someone to shoot the content and then schedule it out. But that consistency, you guys, you could leave here and be like, okay, I'm definitely going to post. You're going to go hard for a month and then you're going to get busy and forget about it. And then you're like, oh man, I haven't posted in like 2 weeks. But you're going to see if you watch your analytics, you're going to literally see it just fall off a cliff. You stop posting. That's people's attention on your business. So schedule it out, shoot, like I said, and it'll make it much easier. So the next one is consistency of your branding and your message. What are you trying to say to people? What does your business stand for? And like on Instagram, something me and Carl have really noticed was even using the same filter for every single picture. Sounds really stupid, but it really does catch people's eye, because if you use black and gold, or if you use orange and blue all the time in your pictures, and all your pictures, they already know that's you before they even read the name of your business. That branding goes a long, long way. This is longer form stuff as far as branding goes. This isn't going to bring you people overnight, but it will going forward. If you really want to build your business, the consistency of your branding really makes a big difference. So that's something you just kind of want to think about going forward. And like I said, what you're saying to people. So think about the different types of posts that you want to make, and that'll make it easier for you to create content. Like Carl was saying, if you have someone trying to sell makeup, if they're giving you tutorials on how to apply the different types of makeup that they're selling, show people, if you're a pizza shop, show them how you make the pizza. No, I don't want to make my own pizza. I'd watch it because it's interesting, and then I'd probably go there and buy the pizza. No one's going to go and make the pizza themselves after watching the tutorial, but it's entertaining. It's interesting too, if you wanted to see how they make their pizza. So the process is interesting too of what you do. And then we already talked about value, guys, but it really comes down to being informative or entertaining. Those are, 2 things that you really want to think about. You either make people laugh or just take their mind off their day, or give them some sort of valuable information. And then we already talked about this too, but storytelling. I have storytelling, origins, and series. So, it's going a little bit deeper about, maybe why you started your business, or why you, do what you do, or why do you carry these products, or why do you do this service, and going a little bit deeper into posts. And you'll really, I think, be surprised if you haven't done this before, how many people will really relate from one human being to another. And someone will find that connection with you through these kinds of posts. So you just want to think about those things. Talked about a series. So it's, talking about where you source the ingredients for your pizza shop, or, and even another one that's really good is highlighting your employees and the people that help you, your team, and who helps you do what you do. you wouldn't be able to do this without them. So you kind of highlight this person, and I think that goes a long way as well. So there's just so many different types of like content that are like actually like right in front of you that you can produce yourself, and they don't take a lot of time. Yeah, I mean, the next part, guys, that I already said is your your social platform, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, is really going to run off momentum. This is why I have the guy working out here, because it's kind of like going to the gym and then you just stop going, and then you have to start over again. So you really want to be mindful that if you built yourself up to where we've had plenty of people's our clients' Facebook accounts where they were reaching way more than Los Alamos County, like they were, you know what I mean, than the population here. And it doesn't take a lot of work, but it takes some time, because you're not going to kill it in a week or 2 weeks. It's going to take a couple months of consistent posting before you start to see it going up. And so you got to think of your platform, your Facebook page, your Instagram account. Think of that as a TV show. You're going to show up. People are going to show up for you if you show up for them. So if you keep posting, they're going to start looking forward to your posts. But if you're not there, if you just disappear, if you go to watch your favorite TV show and it's just not there anymore, you're like, all right, I'm going to find something else to watch. This is weird. It's not even here. So just think about it like that. And it's all off momentum. All of it is off momentum. And it takes some time. Okay. So 2 more things, guys, to think about. These are 2 really powerful things that we've used, our clients have used, and they work really, really well. You got to be strategic about how you do them, but if you do them right, they'll work really, really well. So the first one is tent polling. Tent polling is using an event that people are looking forward to. People want to see it. What event here, guys, you would say is like a big event here in Los Alamos?
Science Fest.
Science, perfect. Science Fest. So if you went to Science Fest, either did a video, let's say you did a vlog, and you could do literally anything. You could be in any industry and just say, hey guys, follow me. We're going to go check out Science Fest together. That's it. And then you reiterate at the end, my name is blah, blah, blah from this place. And that's it. You showed them Science Fest. If I didn't get to go to Science Fest, I'm going to check it out. Okay, cool. This is what happened in Science. This is what I missed. And that's it. And they're going to think of you. They're like, did you know this happened in Science Fest? I was watching this person's video on Facebook, and that's how I saw it. You got to check it out. Here, I'll tag you in it. So tent polling is you're running off the momentum of something else, an event that other people want to see. They want to see content from this. So capture that content, and you're riding that energy from that event, because people, like I said, want to see content from these different events. So that's something to keep in mind. Tent polling. The other one is social proofing. It's probably a better term for it, guys, but really this is how you would do it. So how do I explain it? It's if you have clients or if you have customers, it's really like highlighting their reviews and using that as a post. So it's like, okay, Bill Smith left 5-star review. He said this place is great. And you literally screenshot it, and then you crop it, put it as a post, and say, we love hearing great reviews from our customers. And it's like, I know Bob Smith, and he really likes this place. I haven't been there yet, but I got to check the place out. So if you're already getting reviews and things like that, like use those things. They're already there. You already have content. Okay, guys. Let's see. That's it for that. Go to the next one. The last one here are social platforms. And okay, so what platforms should you post on? And like I said, we already talked about this a little bit, but I'm going to go over, Marcel kind of brought it up with the Facebook and Instagram thing. So I think it is important, because even when we started out, we were like, well, what should we really, really double down on and focus on? Because let's just say you're just making content for Facebook. That's going to be a challenge in its own. So trying to add Pinterest and Twitter, and I could go on and on. There's so many of them. It's going to get overwhelming, and you still got to run a business on top of all this. So it's like, you really want to go where you're going to get, the most bang for your buck, or time and energy. So Facebook, I think Facebook by far is the best in my opinion locally. And like we were just talking about it, guys. As if you're in a bigger place like Albuquerque or definitely Santa Fe, you definitely need an Instagram. It's actually weird if you don't have an Instagram, if the bigger the city is. It's just people are like, that's really bizarre. So it's like a website too, guys. And I haven't talked about websites too much because I don't think they have. It depends. They don't have the significance they had maybe 5 to 10 years ago that they do now. And that's because your Facebook page and your Instagram account is your communication with your audience, where a website doesn't have that. Unless it's an online store. It's a totally different topic. It's a totally different conversation. But Facebook that's your line of communication with your audience. Is you can put out stuff, they can react to it, you can observe it, you can make changes, whatever it is, but that's your line of communication. And Facebook, like I'm saying, guys, is really the best for local. And you go to that page, you can make a phone call to the business. You can send them emails. You can see the directions. Everything's there. Like everything is on that page. So that, if anything, I think is the one to really focus on. Instagram's great too. A lot of the same features. This is shows more of your branding, I think. Any other things I'm trying to think between
Instagram's more visual, I would say. So it's more visual. It's a younger demographic. I guess it kind of depends on what your business is. If you're selling products, maybe women's clothing, maybe Instagram would be best for that. So it really depends on what you do for, what your business is. Facebook is kind of a mix, I would say, of both. But Instagram is more visual, so you try to do more of the storytelling and kind of into your branding.
Yeah.
But locally, I would say definitely Facebook is number
Facebook.
one.
Facebook is an older demographic than Instagram for sure. So, and in the beginning, guys, you can share from your Instagram to your Facebook. So if you want to save yourself some time and post to both, you know what I mean. Please do not put your hashtags in your post in Instagram. Do it in your comment. And so when it posts to your Facebook, you don't have this mess of hashtags that goes to your Facebook page because it just looks really bad. So, and then the hashtags still work in your comment. So they'll still work. Put them in there. But that'll save you time from doing both. And that's really on those two. The last one I want to mention is YouTube. And I have to mention this, guys, because it kills me so much when I see people do a promotional video and then they will host it on YouTube and then post it on Facebook. They'll post a YouTube link on Facebook. And Facebook does not want you to leave Facebook at all. So they're really going to first off, they're going to make it really slow. So you're just like, all right, I don't know what's going on. I'll come back to this, which you never will. And two, it just shows you like this little thumbnail thing, which is not engaging at all. It's just really bad when you could just upload the video natively to Facebook, which is what they want you to do. So it's weird. I've seen so many people have videos made and then they host them on YouTube. And that's not the point of them doing it, is for people to watch on YouTube. They just do that. And because for the longest time, you couldn't natively upload to Facebook, but now you can. So it's like, why would you do that? You're really hurting yourself, and it's like, wait, no one's going to see it. No one's going to see it. So where, you natively upload it to Facebook, it's just going to play as you're scrolling. And that's real. Oh, the other thing, guys, is IGTV on Instagram, which is fairly new, and they integrated it into your feed. So before, it was like its own weird part of Instagram that you kind of had to search out for. This was like a year ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but now you can hit this little check this box, and now it's actually part of your feed. You can pick a thumbnail for it, and now it's playing in your Instagram feed. So it's getting way more views and way more attention. So, but it has to either be shot vertically, the video, or if you shoot it horizontally, you got to turn it on its side. So people just have to turn their phone to watch it. But it's picking up faster and faster. So that's another thing to think about.
What's that called?
IGTV. So it's just Instagram's really video platform. They actually had a separate app for it, which was kind of weird because I don't think anyone would want a separate app. Now it's all built into Instagram. So, and you can upload it on your phone or on your desktop. So, and it looks really good. So you definitely guys check it out. It's, I think that's going to kind of be the future of video. The only thing that's now going to bring up YouTube and why YouTube has any relevance. Facebook and Instagram don't really have the SEO that YouTube has, obviously, because it's owned by Google and they have the best SEO. So when you're searching for a specific topic, can't really do that on Facebook or Instagram. But YouTube, you can get really, really specific on certain things and find it, find the exact thing you're looking for. The only thing with YouTube, just like Google, is that it takes months for your hashtags to rank, your search terms. So we have videos that are killing it now, but we posted it like 4 months ago. They're just starting to rank. So Facebook and Instagram's a little more instant if you know how to share it, you know what I mean, and use the hashtags in Instagram. But with YouTube, it takes longer. But YouTube is more for your evergreen content. So this is stuff that you got to think about whatever business you have. So let's say you're, like I said, let's say you're a lawyer and you want to answer people's like legal questions. They're going to search for this. That's how they're going to find your YouTube channel. Or if you're an auto mechanic, you're going to show people this is how you change your oil on your car. You know, just certain things that you know, whatever it is you do, they're going to search for it, and that's how they're going to find you on YouTube. So that evergreen content, stuff that people are going to be looking for the next 10 years, like stuff that's always going to be relevant. That's the kind of content you want to make for YouTube because that's what they're looking for. So give people what they're going to be searching for. Don't make anything else because it's going to be a lot harder to find it. That's it, guys. That's all. That's it. And
I guess the last thing I want to add is I don't know how many of you guys use the local groups here. Do a lot of use? That's great. Because those we found are really powerful because you can reach so many people. So if you're not in them, definitely join them. And even if you're trying to reach people in Santa Fe, Albuquerque, or any other place, the groups are really powerful.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, I'm here, guys, for any questions that maybe I didn't answer or, any topics I didn't bring up.
Yeah, do you have questions?
Yeah, I do. So when you were talking about, like posting and being consistent in your posting, how do you platform or how do you things like Hootsuite and those types of things, do they hurt you or help you? Because like for me, it's much easier for me to just go to Hootsuite and load up a week of content and let it go. But then I'm always wondering, like, should it be the same? Like you were just saying, well, copy it from Facebook over to Instagram. But I feel like I don't know that I want the exact same content because I have people like if I post, okay, this photo and this photo, well, it's the same people liking it, like on both platforms, which I do the same thing because I'll be on Facebook and then I'm over on Instagram and, back and forth. But I feel like should it be different? Should it be the same? Should it?
Yeah. I mean, I have my Instagram go to my Facebook page and they're actually different people, but I might change the message I'm saying a little bit. And it depends on what it is that you're trying to talk about. So, it really depends on how much time you have. That's really it. You know what I mean? And in the beginning, I think the most important thing is to get as much content out as possible. And don't worry too much about too much of the making it pretty and perfect. And then as you do it and you get better at it and more efficient at it, then start to polish it and get it better and better. But nothing's worse than not putting anything out at all. You know what I mean? You take too much time. So, and we even noticed with our YouTube channel that it was, even some of the biggest vloggers on YouTube that have millions of subscribers, their stuff's not cinematic. It's not like they're not using some $10,000 camera. Most of them are using their phones at this point. It's just getting the content out, So if you take too long on any post or anything like that, the message should always be important, but visually, you know what I mean? Get it the best you can. And as you get better, you can make it better and better and better. But, posting on multiple platforms, I want to say to do them individually, because you can really take your time with them. And like if you're doing the location and trying to tag different people or businesses or whoever in an Instagram post, it's not going to carry over the same when it goes to Facebook. So you should do it separately. But I'd rather you do that than nothing.
Okay, so but just using things like, I mean, because there's a ton of them out there, but I'm just saying like that's one that I use. Does it hurt you? Because I know when it comes in, it will say that like it says at the top of your post.
Oh,
It says
yeah,
something like
see,
it
I've
says-
used it before.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. Like it
Yeah,
does say that. So
yeah.
does that hurt you in any way, or does it really matter? Because like you said, for me, if I'm going to be consistent, I have to sit down on Monday morning and do it.
Sure.
Well, it
or
doesn't
it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's funny. I've used the Hootsuite before, and I guess I just visually did it. Maybe this was probably a year and a half ago, so it's been a while. I didn't visually like it, so I just pre-plan them on Facebook. That's how I like to do them. But I know Hootsuite's probably some people prefer that. It's easier. From my knowledge, it doesn't hurt you.
I was gonna say,
using
I've never heard
either.
anything.
If you're just
I mean,
scheduling.
I prefer because for me, for Instagram, I don't want something from my phone. It
Mhm.
needs to be what was out of my camera.
Right,
So
right.
that's a real pain for me to try and get it from my computer to my
To your
phone to back up.
post.
So
I see.
I'm a photographer, so I can't just take. I mean, like, just taking a picture from my phone is not probably something I'm really gonna want to, unless it's like it depends on what it is. But if I'm like posting from a session or it's, so I find that's why I find Hootsuite because I can do it all from my computer.
Right, and not bringing it to then your phone and then having it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know Hootsuite's fine. It's really the preference, but I don't think it limits your reach or anything like that from what I know of, because some people like using those different scheduling or some people just do it on the platform. It's really what works best, and it's great that you're scheduling because that's awesome. Every day at 5 or whatever, it's just doing it and you're doing whatever you need to do, taking care of life.
I was gonna say the other thing too that's good is using I think it's Google Pictures, part of Google Drive, so you can just upload like you use Lightroom. So you just save in a folder and upload all of them to Google Pictures, and then download them to your phone. And then you can
Does it Lightroom have a plugin for that?
uh,
I'll have to look. I can
straight off your computer.
just straight
You can
from-
just
okay.
like if you have Chrome,
Yeah.
it'll already be in there, and then you can just upload to that, and then it has an app for it. So then you just make your albums, and then you can
Okay, I
yeah,
see what you're saying.
and then just download them to your phone because I like to see what it's going to look like mobile.
Right. Well, I know that they show it to me, like in Hootsuite, when I
Preview,
create it, it's
yes.
showing me exactly what each post will look like, But you can't tag people. But you can't tag people. So,
Yeah,
like,
you have to
my
go back
baker-
and do it,
Right,
huh?
my baker that does all like my cake smash cakes, I like to tag her in each of those posts. It
Yeah.
doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you have to wait till it posts, right,
Right,
and then go
I
back.
have to go back in and do it. So that's kind of a pain, but at least I feel like it's consistent. So
Yeah, that's what matters, really. Absolutely.
okay.
Do you have a thought on times of day for posting videos? When are the best times where most people are engaging, just even locally?
Absolutely, yeah. Typically the best time would be like 6:00, 6:30. People got out of work. They didn't just get out of work, but they're just about home, and they have time to look at it. We've even, and it'll trend overnight. I've even posted stuff at 8:00 at night, and it did really well. So, I think after like 9, 10 o'clock, you should definitely not even bother and just wait till the next day. And we've had stuff do really well like midday, but I think that's more like towards like on a Friday. People are already on weekend mode. You know what I mean?
kind of think
On a
of like if
Friday.
you're at work and maybe it's a Friday, people maybe are on social media thinking what they're going to do tonight. Oh, I can't wait. It's a weekend. We kind of always do tests, but typically we stick between like 4:30 and like 9 weekdays. Weekends we've noticed not very well. Well, I guess for the type of content that we do, but every business could be different. It depends if you're a service business or
That has
you
something
know,
to do with the weekend or whatever. Yeah.
But typically that's what we've noticed during the weekdays.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday are usually the strongest. I
Mhm.
think people are just like in work mode on a Monday. So
Yeah, Monday's not very well. We've noticed locally.
on the
so.
average, yeah, it doesn't do the best.
But yeah, I would just kind of do a test too and just kind of see maybe, for 2 weeks do during this time, and then the last 2 weeks do this time, and kind of look at your analytics, say how many issues how many people you reached, and that kind of gauges and tells you what works best. But it's really just kind of playing around with it. But I've noticed too, when you share it to the groups during that time frame, it does well as well, the local groups.
There's something I was going to add to that, but yeah, just try different types of content too. Try different types of content, and in the beginning, try to post every day and see. Because I've been surprised when I thought a certain day wouldn't work, or a certain time wouldn't work, or a certain type of content wouldn't work as well. And the analytics don't lie, so you'll see, and you're like, okay, I never knew that. So try it out. Try to post at least for the first month, going forward. Post every day and just read, look, like really sit down and really read your analytics. Go deep into what it's telling you, because every business is different. Like Carl was saying, with some businesses are like a real estate agent has to do stuff on. They would have to post on the weekend about a new home that if they're doing a Facebook Live or whatever. So it is kind of like specific to what you do. Anything else, guys? Yeah, go ahead.
So, I like all these questions.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Just from so my background photographer, so most of my training would be in that when they're talking about social media stuff. And this kind of goes into SEO on your website, but I know a lot of photographers that take their blog and then they post it into their Facebook account. But like you said, Facebook doesn't want you going out of Facebook. So what is your thought on that? Because I've done it a couple times, but then it doesn't get anything, and I think it's Facebook hiding it because they don't want you to click on the blog post. So do you go ahead and do your blog post for your SEO for your website, and then something bloggy, like that's similar to your blog on your Facebook page, or just don't even mix them? I'm always confused.
I mean, I think a good idea for that would to be take snippets from your blog. If you have a couple visuals and like text, maybe you have like a paragraph or less, and match it with a visual and kind of post that. Use that as a couple days content. You know what I mean? And you can always check out my blog for more. You know what I mean? And if someone's really interested, they're going to see your page. They're going to go to your website and do that. So you're kind of repurposing your content instead of like just posting a link or something like that, but really using, because a blog post that takes time, so you want to be able to repurpose that content and reach people on Facebook or Instagram. You can use that with Instagram, just if you have your link to your website or blog in your bio, and then do a snippet and say to read more, check out my link in my bio, and have it there to kind of drive people to see your blog too. But use it as an advantage. Just kind of have to get a little creative. Yeah, exactly what Carla's saying. So like, you want to think of it as like, how do I explain this? Kind of like a magazine cover. They put different text in there to get you to want to be like, oh, what's that article in there? Let me read this. So it's like, think of like if you could do a magazine cover for your blog post. What would be the most engaging picture you could use and some sort of text out of what you wrote? And if you want to read more, click here.
So it won't hurt you though by having a link back to your.
It's definitely going to hurt you.
Yeah.
There's
so
no
I would
way
just
around
say,
it.
check out my blog or link.
But you have a
bio.
picture.
Right.
If you're just putting the text in there.
Yeah, no, not text. Not just that, but like.
I'm sorry, the text. The link.
Take
The
you
link.
out of Facebook, I know will hurt you. So that's why I'm like, I don't see what the point of doing that is. Why do people say to do that all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to hurt you regardless.
Beneficial.
No way around it at all. But if you put, like I said, like a vertical picture that's going to take up some room there and they have to see it, then you definitely have way more of a chance. We know we've done it with, I really wanted people to see this video we did. So I made, it was like a 15-second teaser to the video, and it went to YouTube. This is before actually it wasn't before, I was using copyrighted music at the time, and you can't use it on Facebook, but you can use it on YouTube. So I just used this 15-second teaser for them to go from Facebook to YouTube. And they did. A lot of people did. So I shared it to groups I knew would really engage with it. And I got like over 100 shares. It was really cool. So, but I made that little snippet of it. I didn't give them all of it. I really wanted to push my YouTube channel, just like you want people to see your blog. So yeah, it does work. I know it works, like for sure. So, but you have to give them something visually to like engage them. Because I've seen people actually put like their website link and then like write something that like means nothing. That like that's not gonna get anyone to like leave Facebook. Facebook doesn't want you to leave, and you probably don't really want to leave either. You know what I mean? It's gonna take a long time to load. You're gonna be on like Facebook's weird browser thing. It doesn't just take you to a, you know what I mean? So yeah, but give them a real reason to do it, and they will. And it just got to be with all this stuff. It takes some patience. You know what I mean? You're gonna see results, but you got to be consistent with it. Because what you're doing is building relationships with every single person that's following you. You're building a relationship with them, and then you're trying to maintain that relationship. So it takes some time, but you will see progress if you're consistent. That's
Another thing I noticed that might be useful, maybe to kind of translate your blog on Facebook on your business page, is the notes. They have a notes.
Yes.
So I've used that. I know they don't. I don't think. I think it was just there, and I found it. I was
They, like,
just
hide
I
it.
don't know where this came from
because it's more of a layout.
Yes.
Oh.
It's
So
it's
you
cool.
Click it, and it's a notes, and what it does is you can add pictures and text. I've used it for like client reviews or things like that, and like a photo. So you could utilize that, and I think it shows on like if you go to someone's business page, you scroll, it'll have a note section, and you could maybe do that, and then you could list a link because we've done that and listed a link, and and you could share that as a post or something like that. So that might be something to check out, maybe an alternative to kind of get more people there.
A quick question about getting more likes on your page. Is there a strategy, or do you just go according to momentum and keep posting until you get a regular feed of new likes? Or is there a strategy to attract? Because once people like your page, they will see your post, and the more people like your page, the more people see a post and share and interact with your business. So what's the best strategy to get more likes on your page, on your business page?
I know, of course, the groups help, of course. But as far as likes, I know there's specific campaigns you can run to kind of get people to go. But honestly, I think a thing that we've noticed is if you run like some type of contest,
That's what I was going to go with it.
and
That's the short-term way.
you have
to
a
do it.
call to action. So, say you're doing a contest for Valentine's Day, you're giving away a dinner. Part of the to enter, make it really simple. You don't want a long list, but say like my page and tag a friend. And so that way they're like, okay, I like the page, tagged a friend. They may have not won, but then they're going to see your stuff as you post.
The friend that's tagged has to like it and tag a friend too. You know what I mean?
So I think that helps.
It
a
does,
lot.
yeah, short term, but long term, it's just posting and people seeing you over and over again. That's consistency.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you guys got to think too. I think that I would like to see businesses in Los Alamos market out way beyond Los Alamos. So you're only going to get so many likes to your page if you're just trying to cater to Los Alamos. Like, how many do you expect? It's a small town. So if you're catering to, if you're marketing to Taos and Santa Fe and getting people to like what you're doing there as well, then of course you're just expanded the possible customers and clients and people to like your page and interact with your stuff. So I think that's something to keep in mind too. Don't just focus on Los Alamos itself. Anything else, guys?
What do you see as the biggest challenge for local businesses in Los Alamos as far as marketing?
I think there's two things I think, in my opinion, that hurts businesses. One, they're really afraid of change. One, they're really afraid of change. Two, a lot of them don't. They just they don't want to dominate what they're doing. The clients that we have worked with that really double down, especially in video, and then they're on video themselves. And they're not videoing something, it's them talking. That transparency and that like intimacy, really like resonates with people. They really, really like seeing the owner or, the person that built whatever it is or whatever they really like that direct communication. They feel like they know them. When you do it on a regular basis, it just gets stronger and stronger. So that's a big thing. And I know, I think people here in the Southwest are a little more self-conscious about being on camera. I'm from New Jersey. They're a bunch of psychopaths. They don't care. They'll just, even if they suck, they'll still, they'll still be on camera anyway, even if they're not good
They
at
all
it.
want to be on.
They all want to be on camera. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean they should be, but they are. And so I think, it's not as scary as you probably think it is. You practice a few times and then you start to have fun with it. A lot of our clients at first were like, oh, I don't know about that, James. And I'm like, trust me. And then they would do, now they're addicted. They love it. And they're like it's like one take. They're like, okay, damn. All right, cool. Like you killed it. Like that was one shot. You nailed it. Where before it would take 4, 5, 6 shots before we actually got the one. But it takes practice like anything, getting comfortable.
So who do you think, what business in Los Alamos is good at social media?
Right there.
Oh, that guy's
Yeah.
sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
Killing
There you
it.
go.
Killing it.
Everything we told Marcel to do, he does it, double downs. We see the success.
I follow the advice. So any advice you have, additional advice,
We're here for you, Marcel.
He had one that was like 10,000 likes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
No,
amazing.
10,000
Views?
I was just showing Rain.
Well, it
reach,
was like-
the reach.
The reach was 10. Wow.
Oh,
And
yeah?
The engagement was 5,000. But
That's what I meant.
about
Yeah.
a year and a half ago, I had never been on Facebook. So to me, it was learning from scratch. That's
And
why it was very awkward at the beginning because we were thinking all the questions that we addressed at the beginning, saying how often should we post, what should we post, and then we saw, because we never did it before, we said, okay, we are completely ignorant about this thing. What do people like? So we looked at the analytics, and sure enough, they wanted variety. So one morning they wanted to see pastries, but the other morning they wanted to see a goofy video of me standing on a chair, and the next morning something about a new offer.
but that's it, guys. That's exactly it. He's entertaining people. He's he's showing them stuff like you want a model Facebook account. Look at Marcel's. Like seriously, he kills it. And everything we said, Marcel's like literally done everything we've said, and you can see it. Like I can't see his analytics, but I can see the engagement. I can literally see people sharing and commenting and everything. You know what I mean? Especially for such a small town, it's like I don't know who doesn't know about it. This cafe,
But
like
it was not the case at the beginning. So the momentum is really something. Because at the beginning we would post, it was always the same thing. We would post every morning some croissants and coffee, and sure enough, very boring. And then on a post you have 5 or 6 likes. And now the last post we did was 250 likes. So there is momentum. Momentum is very important, but
The consistency.
the
of what you do is good.
consistency
Yeah.
you have to post. One thing I noticed is you have to, maybe we post too much, I don't know, but there is so much noise out there, so many businesses posting, that if you don't post every day, what I tell my employees sometimes I have to go to the back. I say, I leave you alone, I have to go to the back and post. It's like this urge that I have to post, because if I don't post, I haven't done my job.
yeah, no, absolutely. And just like you said, breaking through that noise, being consistent. I'm sure you've seen things that you probably posted on a Monday and now it's Saturday, but you're seeing it kind of come back around by being shared. You know what I mean? Or people liking it in the group and it gets bumped back up to the top. But by then you've already posted, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's like you're omnipresent in people's minds. They're going to think it because they keep seeing the name over and over again. It's not the same post. It's different things. You know what I mean? So no, I watch, you know what I mean? I see what you've done and, I'm sure you can see the growth.
Yeah, no, it's very helpful. And then we know, because some people, I don't tell the staff, some of them are not on Facebook. And then they're at the cash register and people come at the cash register and they say, I want the thing on Facebook. I say, what thing on Facebook? This thing. So it's right away in the morning. You post the night before, you say, next morning there will be this, and they come in the morning and say, I want this thing. Right away. Or the thing on Facebook, at some point we rename an item among the staff as being the thing on Facebook because they couldn't pronounce the item. I want the thing on Facebook. This made us laugh. That's when we understood the power of the social media because it's this thing that rings in your pocket. It's a direct landline that you have to. It's the reality. It's a direct landline that you have to people's brain, to the dopamine in there. It's like, oh, I gotta go. And it's and once we understood this, we said, yeah, we have to create meaningful posts and so on, but it's very difficult to come up with something new. That's the trick, I think, to come up with something new all the time that keeps people in the loop and interested, because you can get very boring very quickly, and to get out of that and find new stuff, that takes, I would say, 80% of the iPhone, 80% of the effort in our case. We had to go out of our way and very, very goofy videos. At some point, I had to sit Josh on a chair.
That I love that one. I love that one. That was amazing.
But yeah, we had to go constantly. We have to think about what new thing can we do, because otherwise you get out of.
You need to take a picture of the cheese fridge, just a whole picture of the cheese fridge.
Yeah, that's part of the thing we rotate with,
good.
because there is the cheese, the other things, but finding new things is very difficult.
I love you doing a campaign of I want what's on Facebook today. And you could do a whole campaign on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness.
I love the
You could
vids
just
where
totally,
they're making the crepes or making the
Yeah,
almond
that's
croissants.
part
I
of
love
what
those.
you were saying, showing how to make things.
Show the process of whatever it is you do.
Process.
That goes a long way.
Coffee is good.
People want to see.
Sorry. So, like thinking of those things and then using your community pages. Like sometimes I'm a little self-conscious of putting my stuff on the community page for whatever reason. Like I'm always like, so say like if it's an event, like I just did a fundraiser, that doesn't bother me to put that on there. Like that seems normal. Okay, but then should you be putting also just like you said, like I don't want all my posts to be sell. So I try and do a lot of on my Facebook page, just share whatever type posts. Should those be shared over to your local pages or not? Like what content should you be putting on local pages?
We try to do with our clients and with us, we try to do a mix. Like for example, if we're posting, 5 times a week, I'll share once or twice to the group. And it can be one that's giving value, or it could just be one that's a sell. You know what I mean? It honestly, it's kind of hard. I guess when you're in business for yourself, you kind of feel like, oh, I don't want to sell too much. But I don't know. I just noticed you just got to get over it. You just got to be like, you know what? I offer this service. It's amazing. No one else is Jessica. No one takes these beautiful baby portraits like I do. I offer this service, and I know there's
And
other
people need to
mothers
know
out
about it.
there that would love this. And just by posting your pictures and saying, look at this sweet angel, and then contact me to book your next shoot. You're showing a visual image. So you're not just posting text like, "Hey, you need a photographer." So it's kind of how you inadvertently sell
Mhm.
like that. But yeah, I think you can do like a mix. But I would definitely at least share once or twice a week your post to keep omnipresence and reach those groups. Because some groups I think have like 10,000. Like keep it local. There's the Santa Fe bulletin board. There's even ones in Taos, Espanol. There's tons of groups.
Yeah,
So.
and I always get a lot of feedback from those. I just always
Yeah.
feel kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, especially you don't know. You're like, am I posting too
Right.
much? But I think once or twice a week because so many other people post that
Right, that everything
not,
falls down really
Right.
quickly.
and it's not going to reach that same person probably the second
Right.
time or whatever. But it's your service and what you do for your business. Yes, everyone should know because everyone should shoot, or be there, and you want to show that you're the photographer in the area that specializes in this.
Yeah, and don't ever feel self-conscious either. Don't. You're in business, you're in business. You're there to make money, and you want people to know what you do, who you are and what you do. So, you want to be self-aware if you're selling too much or, you know what I mean, and not giving value, that kind of thing. But no, don't just, put it out there. Let people know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Especially if you're running a deal or some sort of a sale or like a package, a photography package. You want everyone to know about that. You know what I mean? Especially if you're going to give like 15% off and like 2 people sign up for it. It's like, that wasn't even worth it. You know what I mean? So you want as many people to know about it. So share it over and over again. Do 3 posts on it. You know what I mean? Hey guys, here's a reminder. It ends this Friday. You know what I mean? So
I've heard some marketing people say, do a 30%, do 30% of what you do and why you do it, do 30% asking a call to action, and then, go ahead and just share the educational portion as well. But kind of breaking it up that way helps to give you a little bit of balance. So people aren't feeling like you're fishing all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I say just sometimes with, especially when you first start to do social media, just have fun with it. People want to know that you're another person too, test different content, have fun, tell your story, good or bad. Just try to be genuine and have fun with people. And it takes time, I think, to build that confidence. 'Cause at first you're just like, oh, I don't know what to post but another thing I've learned is follow other people in your field, a line of work that you admire how they do social media or what they do, and kind of you take from them what you like and make it your own. That's all marketing really is. It's just kind of looking at different people and then kind of getting ideas and making it your own. So
yeah, just like Carlos saying, that's a good point. Because I always tell this to I taught a photography class, and I was telling other photographers is to find a photographer you like their work, and kind of learn how to do what they do, and then make it yours. You know what I mean? Just so you can kind of know, like, you're learning the technique. But when it comes to marketing, find a Facebook page that you like.
and it could be anywhere in the world. It could be another photographer
Different
in
industry.
New York or anywhere. Just something like I really like their branding and how they do this. So yeah.
Thank you guys.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Well, thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much for coming out.
Thanks so much.